Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with, I did 4 trades all together. Today's date is August the 7th. It was based on non-farm payroll news. I wasn't going to trade anymore, but I saw some great trade setups, so I decided to make some more pips today. So, as I said, it was non-farm payroll, and we can easily go and look at that. Here it is here. Non-farm payroll. Right here, non-farm employment change, the unemployment rate, and the average hourly earnings for the US dollar right here. They were all, everything was green, by the way. Remember, green we're buying. So we're buying the US dollar. Here's the CAD news, unemployment rate and employment change. We're buying and buying. So obviously I'm not going to go and buy the dollar CAD, obviously. So I decided to focus on pairs that had a nice trade setup. Got the timing just a bit off, not a big deal, but it still worked out fine. Just to let you know that sometimes you need a bigger than a 20 pip stop, especially for high impact news. Let's take a look at the charts now. We'll just work our way down. Let's see on the euro dollar, which is right here at the top. Let's just click and drag it and drop it up. Now, many times I try to get into trade before the news, but on these trades, this was 5 minutes after news, the first 2, and after the last 2 here on the CAD, I did it 15 minutes after the news. So today was trading not before the news, it was after the news. So basically another perfect example, like a really good example of a great way to trade. Should have just waited for a bit of a pullback up, but it started to go down, and you know the way it is with high impact news, it could have just tanked. But it jumped around, and so I had to weather this storm. Not a big deal. I got in the trade here on the euro dollar. Just to let you know, it did go against me about 28 pips. Not a big deal. Could have stayed in the trade for a little bit more. But when I was looking at my totals down at the bottom, I was extremely happy. So I closed out the trade on this particular one. 26 pips. 26 pips on the euro dollar. Paid $2,630. As I said, it's a great way to trade, and it works at least 9 out of 10 times. Very high success rate. Let's go to the pound dollar, which happens to be right here. Remember what I said, I wasn't going to do the dollar CAD because we're buying both of them, so not a good idea. But anyhow, another perfect example of a great way to trade. And so let's see where I got in at. Right here, it was starting to go down. I decided to get in, but I knew the most it would go was, you know, it might do a bit of a pullback, but I knew it was going to go down. As long as you know trend direction, you follow all the rules that I teach within the training videos, then once you understand how the market flows, does the same thing every day, not complicated. Got in there, it did go against me 29 or 30 pips, and could have stayed in for a little bit more, but again I was happy, and it produced 20 pips, and those 20 pips on the pound dollar paid $1,890. And by the way, could have traded before the news, as I knew that the overall trend was down, but I would have just needed a little bit bigger of a stop just in case the market does this, and you got to be prepared for this. So let's see on the euro CAD. Now remember, we're buying the dollar, buying the CAD. So if we're buying the CAD, we're going to be selling the euro CAD and selling the pound CAD. Here we go again on this euro CAD, which is right here. Looking pretty good as far as a great way to trade. Soon as I saw all of this, I knew I was going to make some pips. Today turned out to be a really good trading day. Okay, so let's just drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. This was a little bit more closer or a better entry. Now it did got in at 8:45, 15 minutes after the news. It did go against me 6 pips, and I closed it out here. No particular reason. I didn't even get an exit signal. I could still stay in the trade. This can still drop another 50 pips, but hey, I'm happy. And remember, as long as you're happy, that's all you need to be, happy. So 29 pips on the Euro CAD, paid $2,207. Let's see, 29 pips. Another perfect example of a great way to trade. Let's see, let's move on to Pound CAD, which is right here. Pound CAD, another good example. As I was taking a trade, was a great way to trade. Let's just drag and drop this up right here. Again, a little bit impatient, but that's okay as long as you are going in the direction of the trend. Now I know it, I closed them all out at roughly the same time, so I could have waited a little bit more and grabbed some more pips. Now it did go against me 22 pips and maxed out at 26, but looking at the overall picture, my total, I was happy. I just closed everything out, and that was with 5 pips, and 5 pips on the Pound CAD paid $306. Now if you've been adding up the pips on these 4 trades, worked out to 80 pips, and 80 pips, I did the math here, I added everything up, came to $7,034 and change. So another great day for trading, especially trading the news. Now I can open this up and I'm going to show you on this day, August the 7th, including the Asian time frame. Just to let you know, I had a couple of losers. It is what it is. Let's just take a look at it. Had a few other trades running, but I decided to, one of them was a very small loser right here. It's only $153. That's like 1 pip. No, that's about 2 pips I lost. And the other one could be around 13 or 14 pips I lost. I was having a problem with this pound Swiss. It was not, going in my favor, but I decided to close it out. The overall totals of 9 trades, as long as you're totaled down at the bottom, and it is for me absolutely every day. I'm always positive. I do have the odd loser. Just want you to know that my master trigger or any trigger system will give you some losers, but remember, you have to get trade management in order. I have it in order. You see, when the day is done, I'm making money. I'm not losing money. And of course, you have to have money management, and don't forget the psychological. That's the killer, and you have to master that, and I will help you. I have some exercises, trading exercises, not me specifically, but some guidance in that direction which will help you to get the psychological part in order. So if your system is not producing, like this system right here, suggest you get your hands on it, and to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video and you'll see this right up. It's the Master Trigger system. I do charge $250, and it comes with 3.5 gigabytes of training. You'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now it comes with 4 MT4 templates, 8 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. Remember, if you want to find success, you need a very good meter. Not all meters are equal. They can give you false signals, and if that happens, you'll make losing trades. I went through probably about, well over a dozen, that's for sure. And this was the best one I could find. So now there's a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, And that means a lot of education, which is what you need to succeed at trading the markets. Now there's a lot of ways to trade, so I teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 40 training videos, and I threw in 9 bonus videos. My number one and best way to trade, I recommend you to focus on it. It's called A Great Way to Trade. It's very high success rate, for me at least 90%. And of course, you can learn that probably within a week. As long as you follow, I don't recommend trading live within a week, but certainly paper trade until you are good in a demo account. All my trigger systems are very good, but what makes the magic trigger just a little bit better is in each and every one of these videos, I give a lot of advanced trading tips. And of course, I also teach how to stay in the trade for more pips. Haven't done that before. That's what makes it better. And of course, how to trade at the right hand edge, like right here. That's where every trader has a problem with. They don't know what to do, buy or sell. And of course, how to trade with higher time frames. Now, in 2 videos, I showed dozens of great trade setups, exactly what you should be looking for. I teach how to backtest the master trigger, how to scalp the market, how to scan the market. I teach, I already mentioned this one. I teach how to trade all 3 sessions, including this London close here. Also teach how to trade pullbacks. This is a pullback when it comes back to the goal line. Hooks around and keeps going with the trend, which at this point is going down. And of course, if it breaks through and keeps going up, then I teach that, how to trade reversals, and also teach how to trade around the goal line, as you will always find trade setups like at or near the goal line. So I teach exactly how and when to pull the trigger, which pairs to trade, what time to trade. All of that is within the training videos. This is education you don't get. After I bought hundreds and hundreds, more than 700 systems, nobody's ever told me exactly how to trade the markets, how the market flows. They give you a few indicators or a pop-up arrow, sell here, and target 1, target 2. By the time you get a pop-up arrow to buy or sell, the market's already moved 30 or more pips. I teach how to get those 30 or more pips before the arrow pops up. In other words, this one right here, how to trade at the right hand edge, I could have done videos, and I show a lot of examples, and this could have been called how to get perfect timing of your entries. But at 40 videos, I stopped at 40 videos. But keep in mind, when you're watching the videos, I mentioned many times this would be a perfect entry. In other words, right here and here is a perfect entry for selling. As you can see, it didn't go any higher, just went down. That's called perfect entries. And I show many examples of that. So let's see now. I also teach how to trade the news. Today was an example. I did 4 trades. They're all winners. This is the only one that gave me a bit of a hard time, but it still went down, and I could have got more pips. But it did not turn into a loser. Remember, I'd rather have a small loser, and that I'd rather have a small like winner, like this in this situation, or even a small loser like this one. I don't mind that. I just don't want to turn a winner or a small loser into a huge, like a loser. You don't want that. Don't turn this into a 50 pip loser. That's not good. And every new trader in the world keeps doing that until they blow up their account multiple times. And guess what? They quit trading because they say it's not doable. It's not doable because they didn't get enough training and education. The only place you should be spending your money is on education, not with the broker. Like, I did that wrong and ended up losing 30,000. Please don't go down that road. Take the money you're going to lose and get a lot of education, because you're going to need it. And let's see now, I also teach how to trade with a day job, which was on the previous video. And the news is this video, non-farm payroll news. Now, if you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, just send me an email, Forex_. Make sure it's right here. There's an underscore right here. Don't forget to put it in. Now, I do prefer Skype. All you got to do is click on this link, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session, answer all your questions. It'll probably take about 45 minutes, depending on how many questions you have for me. Now, over many, many years, I've been building trigger systems, learning as I go, because each and every month and year, as I'm getting better and better as a trader, which you should be. And there's only one way that you can get better as time goes on, is that you have to keep doing the homework, keep getting more training and education. So I did produce 27 trigger systems. All you got to do is click on this link and you'll see the screenshots. So I believe that just wraps up this video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.